Hey, Vanna. I mean, for a little while, yeah. I just got back, I don't know, like 20 minutes ago that I got back. And then I had to poop. So. And then I had to sit down for a few minutes. 200 ways to make rice buck. Right, yeah. I did see that. And yes, very helpful. You know that he's great, scapegoat. I will thank, was it Buttercup you said? I will thank Buttercup when she gets in here. Hey, Buttercup. Hey, Jordan. Yes, Jordan sent me, Vanna. Vanna sent me a screenshot of that 200 ways to make rice. Hey, Alice. Very thoughtful of you, Buttercup. I only need one. I only need one way to cook rice. Emergency? That's bad. Should write a book with one page. Hey, bye. They're comparing Foodie to Hoodsy from Ginger. Is that good or bad? Hey, Jenna. Self-ready pack. Look at it. You know what? No. Fine. Hoodsy from Ginger. All right. I can see it. I can see it. Welcome to your opinion. No, stick to your guns. Don't give in, never surrender. So anyway, yes. Unfortunately, yes, I can see it. Hi, Brooke. I'm going to clap Jordan's cheeks earlier. She was promoting buying off Amazon. Hey, Killface. I'll go up. I'm all the way dead. I do encourage people to avoid Amazon if they can. Amazon delivered them sheets he holds so dear. Like I said, I encourage people to avoid Amazon if they can avoid it. Our king in a bed of lies. Well, no, I lie on the bed. The bed lies on a box spring. And then the box spring lies on the floor. So I guess there is a fair bit of lying. Bed of lies. If you end up pick of Hootsie stealing, I guess someone sent it to you. That's my mom. She's fine. She needed help with something called an ETA. It's some travel authorization thing that's needed for flying to the UK. It's actually not estimated time of arrival. It's a travel authorization thing. No, not like being on time. No, not like that. It's a different ETA. It's something that is required for flying to the UK, for visiting UK. It seems to be sort of like a visa, sort of like a travel visa. Scotland is a part of the UK, yes. It seems to be kind of like a travel visa. And has to be done via an app. So I had to help her with that. Why don't they speak like British people do? They do speak like British people. They don't speak like English people. It's all Great Britain. Yeah, Great Britain is Scotland, England, Wales, and Northern Ireland. Hey, boobies. Ain't it, bruv? Besides their different land masses. A lot of historical and cultural shit. Home country in its own right. Sort of. Hey, Red Room. It's more of an autonomous region within Great Britain. End of the day, the assholes down in London can still override a fair bit of Scottish. Yeah, can still overrule Scotland now and then. Hey, Rebecca. Does Scotland want to be British, or did they take them? I mean, that's a complicated question, honestly. In the end, they're all part of the same. They're effectively all part of the same country because England conquered Scotland. No life updates now. It's a country within the UK and they don't like the rest of it. I mean, I think Scotland's fine with most of the rest of the UK. It's just England they don't like. Pretty sure they don't have any beef with Ireland or with Wales. You know, the Scots have nothing against the Welsh, you know? It's the English that they hate. How that Braveheart shit. Sort of. Screw the English, am I right? Yep, indeed. Fuck the English. And well, let's be honest. Even the English don't particularly like England. They nicknamed their own country Old Blighty. That's the nickname they came up with. Old Blighty. Why is there a place in the States called New England? Because English people came over and were like, you know what? We're going to start our own England with hookers and blackjack. Except no hookers or blackjack because they were Puritans and hated old England for being too fucking progressive. Screw you. We're going to start our own England with no hookers or blackjack. That was what they were doing. Feel bad for Scotland now? You should. They did. They're stuck having to deal with the English all the time. Scotland always wanted to stay as part of the EU. Yeah, they wanted to stay as part of the European Union, but fuckers down in England were like, no, we're going to go independent now. It'll be so much better for us. Pounds? Yeah, pounds. So it was a mistake. It was a stupid decision. It's true you missed me so much at one point you threatened to stop going live. Nope. Not true. Yeah, she obviously, like, before she goes, she's going to convert some of her money to the pounds, and then when she's over there, she'll be able to get more as needed. Still as cold as the first day. That's me. Cold as a witch's teat. Special SIM card. I mean, she's kind of like on the fence about even bringing her cell phone. She doesn't really use her cell phone much. She was actually talking about it today, and I was just saying, like, put it on airplane. Like, she's like mentioning, like, oh, but I'll be roaming. If I bring my cell phone over, I'll be roaming. And I was just put it on airplane mode, and use it on Wi-Fi. She was also worried about charging it because she'd need to get an adapter, and she worries about adapters. People need a phone in case something happens. Yeah, I will say her phone is kind of shit. It's a very old, very basic phone. Like it's a smartphone only in the technical sense. Does she go to the mother-in-law? She's going back to see her brother. Her sister-in-law just died, so she's going back to see her brother. She figures like it's probably her last chance to see her family over there. So see her brother, her niece, her niece's kid. She's, oh, she is old. She is very old. What was the alternative? Get to a payphone? Use family? Yeah, probably use like family phone over there. Why was she? I mean, because she's up there in age. Her brother's definitely up there in age. I mean, the older you get, the harder travel gets. Like this trip is already going to pretty much wipe her out, I think, physically. Hi, Kaylee. Hi, Uncle Buck. So, yeah. Tis what tis. Your stimulants. You have a little faith in them. I mean, she has a little faith in it. She's very nervous about it. Yeah, she's okay. She's okay. It's just because I needed to help her with a thing for her preparing for her trip. A sort of travel authorization thing. Manage your money. And yes, it's Scotland. Have I stretched my money all this time? Um, by mostly just by not really spending it. Yeah, like rent is only $5.50 a month, which is not bad. Um, Groceries, I don't really get much there. Keep in touch with Scott Fever. I don't know. I should, but I mean it's Facebook, and I don't want to deal with Facebook. $5.50. Well, I mean, bear in mind, I'm just renting a bedroom. It's not like it's an apartment. I'm just renting a bedroom. Still cheap, but $5.50 for a bedroom is cheap. Yeah, yeah, it's might be there. I would still rather have my own place. Any number is better than 1,000 nowadays. Yeah. And I mean, it comes with utilities. So, like, I'm not paying for water. I'm not paying for electricity. I'm not paying for internet. Much more would be for your own. For a place my own, be looking at $1,000 bare fucking minimum. Top of 1K, you'd have to pay for all the utilities. Yeah. Yeah, and I think for a lot of places like that, utilities not included. Discovery Zone. Probably not. Pay $1,500 a month for bills with customer service job. I mean, with everything included, like that's not too far off from what I have been paying living here. $1,500 a month is about what I pay a month. With all the bills, like with rent, groceries, credit card. Now that was also while I was going to therapy. So now that I'm not going to therapy anymore, that's close to $200 a month plus that I'm paying. Oh, utilities, internet. Yeah, I suspect probably for like a place of my own, $1,500 a month for apartment plus utilities and internet. But probably on the low end. Hey, Comic Brook. The beer is late too. But then you add in groceries and any other expenses. Someone said today she was eye fucking me. Nice. It's a lot cleaner than regular fucking. No mess. No mess. Nothing to clean up afterwards from an eye fucking. Do I like Olive Garden? Do you mean the restaurant Olive Garden? Never been there. I have never been to an Olive Garden. Olive Garden? I'm not big on gardening. It's not my thing, You're gardening. Hey, Tommy. Tommy's mom. I'm a mess. Yep, indeed I am. I absolutely am. I'm a messy bitch. You're fully guarded right now. Kinky. Can we go to Olive Garden? Watching Wheel of Fortune. I never liked Wheel of Fortune. I go back and forth, Red Room. Sometimes groceries, sometimes groceries, sometimes Goshies. Price is Right. I used to like Price is Right. Drive-in movie theater, but neither of us have cars. So we just stand on the loft, I guess. Goshi's in it. It's what Chantel always used to say, so I picked it up from her. It was just one of those things that Chantel and I would say. Just big, gotta get the Goshis. What's the old times? Sure. Anyway, yeah, Wheel of Fortune is boring. I mean, that's like Jeopardy was always where it was at. Jeopardy was my game show. Yeah, my feed is also knowing Steve Harvey is too much. Yeah, I've seen clips of the Steve Harvey edition of Family Feud, and yeah, he is. I do find him too much. When I was a kid, when I watched it, it was Louis. Oh shit! What was his name? He had that cartoon Life with Louis Anderson. Thank you, Uncle Buck. Louis Anderson was the host when I was a kid, and his voice could be pretty annoying. Steve tries to make it all funny a little too much. Yeah. Yeah, like his exaggerated facial expressions and why do people always compare Steve Harvey to a Whopper burger? Ashley Elizabeth poured water on her head like a baptism. Yeah, a bit weird. Richard Dawson was the host when I was a kid. Yeah, and he was entertaining, aside from the fact that he was kind of a pervert. I am not Catholic, no. Didn't know Family Feud ever had any other host. Oh, it's been going on for decades. So yeah, it's had multiple hosts. I think there was even someone between Anderson and Harvey. He was dogging our girl pretty bad. Why are game shows like omnipresent? Because they're cheap and they get good ratings. Family Feud. Who are all the Family Feud hosts? Richard Dawson, Ray Combs, Louis Anderson, Richard Karn, John O'Hurley, and Steve Harvey. They had Joey Fatone as the announcer. Wow, Joey Fatone. She said, "You're not my dad," but it didn't help. Oh right, yeah, Karn. Yeah, I remember that guy. Yeah, I never watched his in sync yet. I never watched his run as host of Family Feud, but I do remember that. Yeah. No, she never called me daddy. Come to think of it. Actually, Ray Combs was the host when I was a kid. It wasn't. It wasn't Anderson. I think I think he came over while I was still watching. But Ray Combs hosted it when I was a kid, and then Louis Anderson took it over '99. So I was like 14. So I think I might have caught like an episode or two. Ray Combs threw himself in the fountain. Executive order directing federal funds cutting funding goes to PBS and NPR. It's unsurprising. Frankly, I suspect he's probably had a vendetta against Sesame Street since the Donald Grump character. Goldfish, Cookie, and Kenton. The Sesame Street kept it local. Um, I mean, honestly, that's like a more complicated question than you think. Like, they don't get overtly political, but I mean, the show was created to help teach inner city black kids. Like, that was a big part of why it was created, was like inner city kids, especially black kids, help them, the schools were not great. So, hey, this Sesame Street helped to teach them. Yeah, helped them learn when they were like really young. So like that was a big part of its creation. I mean, it's always been that way, and it's always had a pretty diverse cast. And as times have changed, they've added other characters who are you know there to represent marginalized communities. Like they'll have disabled characters. They'll have I think they might have had an HIV positive Muppet, maybe. So it's not like they're out there, it's not like Sesame Street is out there promoting Marxism. It's not like they're sitting there like, hey kids, abortions are great. They're not like, it's not political in that sense, but in the sense that basically like that kind of everything is political to a certain extent. It does teach compassion and inclusiveness, diversity, things that Republicans absolutely loathe. So, yeah, I mean, Republicans have hated Sesame Street for decades. Kissing this Republican guy debate people needs a douche. Is that it's Ben Shapiro, right? Where like gets like a bunch of college students and like, yeah, look at me, I'm debating a bunch of college. Charlie Kirk. That's right, Charlie Kirk. Yeah, I was going, oh, look at me, I'm debating a bunch of college students. I'm so smart. I'm a 40-something-year-old dude debating college students. I'm the smartest person in the world. Fuck off, dude. Debates college students because because they're not actually old enough to have really refined their debate skills yet. Sesame Street is old. Yep, it is. But on the topic of Sesame Street, apparently Kermit the Frog gave a commencement address at University of Maryland today. And Fox News was very upset about that. But Riley Gaines, that grifter who tied for fifth with in a race against a trans woman, tied for fifth. She didn't even fucking like. It's not even like that. She fucking like. Oh, she didn't get onto the fifth. No, she tied for fifth. No matter what the fucking, no matter like whether the trans person was in there or not, she got fifth fucking place. She didn't actually lose to a trans person, but she's made a whole career out of grifting over that fucking result. So yeah, she was on Fox News complaining about them about Kermit doing a commencement. It's like, hey, they could have invited an innovator, an entrepreneur. It's like, bitch, you do not want to fuck with Kermit. People love Kermit the Frog. You don't fuck with him. Hey, Kia. Is a potato chip only as strong as its potato? Riley Gaines. A few years back, she was a swimmer, and a few years back, she competed in a race against Leah Thomas. It's not easy being green. I read that and got teary-eyed. So yeah, a few years ago, she was in a race, like swim race, against Leah Thomas. Leah Thomas didn't even come in first. Like the particular race that Riley Gaines had against her, she and Thomas both came in 5th place. It was a tie for 5th. That's what Rachel Green and friends said. So yeah, they tied for 5th. Because Leah Thomas was like the senior athlete, she ended up, she was given 5th place and Gaines was given 6th. Just in like, whenever they do because they have to give ranks. And it like goes by seniority apparently. So there's nothing like, it wasn't even like Leah was being uniquely honored because of being transferred. It was just like, no, just how the rules work. Don't like Riley Gaines either. Yeah, she's a whiny. She's a whine ass. Like, she turned a 5th place finish into a career. Is Miss Piggy Hillel? No. So like her whole career now is just going around complaining about trans people fucking existing. And yeah, it's like you fucking lost the race regardless. Also, the only reason you're making any fucking money right now, the only reason anybody gives a fuck what you have to say is because you lost that race. Adult Muppet movie. That band you have a t-shirt for, isn't it? Yeah. Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem, yeah. People don't love the movie. Movie? I haven't seen it. I don't know that I've ever actually watched any of the Muppets movies, come to think of it. Diss Riley Gaines more. Absolutely. She's a fucking right-wing grifter asshole. She's pro-Trump, which yay, wow, fucking pro-woman of you voting for fucking rapist piece of shit Trump. Being a big fan of that asshole. And yeah, I want to protect women. Yeah. Trump's one of the people you need to protect women from, fuckface. Fuck off with that shit. She's also racist for the record. So yeah. Fuck Riley Gaines. Anywho's. Anywho. What else? Nothing else really going on. Hi, Buttercup. She looks like a bubble. And she's just as fragile. Yeah, her going after Kermit is like so fucking stupid. Because like University of Maryland actually was Jim Henson's alma mater. So yeah, what a shock that they would honor their most famous alumni. Kermit is very much beloved character. Hell, fuck. Kermit's more real to a lot of people than a lot of actual fucking people are. Is there anything you can do? I can do better. Yep. Not sure what happened. What happened is they just hate trans people. It's like they're gender absolutists. Hi, Mary. Try to speak, but only leak water. Leak Water is a very good Bent Knee song. And like, yeah, he talked about it. She complained about, oh, they didn't have they could have had an entrepreneur. Well, Jim Henson Studios employs a lot of people. It's a lyric in the song. Yep. Did you listen to that? Have you started listening to Bent Knee, Uncle Buck? Love Bent Knee. They're one of my favorite bands, I think. You got me interested. They are one of my favorite bands. They're so interesting. Yeah, it's because like Kermit keeps a lot of people employed. You know, they could have had businessman. Well, Kermit's a fucking businessman. He keeps people employed. He puts food on people's tables. And also brings a lot of joy to the world. He brings home the bacon. Exactly. He brings home the bacon, then he starts frying it with his dick. Yeah, Bent Knee is just they're such good musicians. And just like such you know, and a lot of their songs, it's like they don't follow a regular format that you'd expect of songs. And I really like that about them. Don't recommend frying bacon with that specific appendage. Indeed, wear an apron. Wear an apron when you're frying bacon. I do like good fiddle player. Yeah. Their version of Sunshine is still my favorite of their songs. I love how that just gets absolutely fucking insane at the end. Just yeah, the sound of a complete emotional breakdown. And yeah, everyone appreciates some good fiddling. And you listen tonight while playing Toy Blaster. Toy Blast. There's a few bands that I need to get listen to more of. I need to actually check. I need to check out the actual albums by the Beaches. Bye, Killface. Like I've got a couple of their songs, but then they're really good. And I've heard a couple of other songs that they've done that I just haven't downloaded onto my computer that are really good. But they're a really fun band. The original videos are interesting. The Beaches, there's a song by the Beaches called Blame Brett. Um, the song is basically about being confused beaches with Beach House. Beach House is also pretty good. Beaches are more rock. Yeah, Blame Brett is really fun. It's basically the idea behind Blame Brett is that the singer is talking about what a piece of shit she is. Like she's just basically talking about being kind of a shitty person. And then of course it's like, don't blame me, blame Brett, blame my ex, blame my ex, blame my ex. Basically using her ex as an excuse to be shitty. And it's just like it's such a fun, it's such a cute. I think a lot of people, misinterpret the song as being like, oh, her ex broke her, and it's like, no, no, she's just shitty, and figures she can use her ex as a way of deflecting accountability for being shitty. That's the point of the song, and it's like you don't really see that very often in music. Listen to Sunshine by Brent Bentley. Yay! Oh, good night, Mary. It's such a fun song because of that, just because it is. About sucking as a person. She's got another. They've also got a song called "Grow Up Tomorrow," which is similarly about just being kind of a garbage person. One point, she's like, I think it's like, "I'll grow up tomorrow. Give you back the money I borrowed. But until then, can I borrow a 10? Buy drinks for all my girlfriends?" It's just it's a song about being youngish and wildly irresponsible and shitty, and like seeing all your friends growing up, moving on, getting houses and finding and success, and you know you're borrowing money to buy drinks for your friends. Like one point she mentions Bentley, woman singer. The vocalist for Bentley is a woman. She mentions that she hasn't done laundry in about 1,000,000 weeks. But I feel so chic with my thong inside out. I feel like you don't get a lot of female fronted vocalists, female fronted bands, female singers talking about just being absolute trash. Like that kind of trash. You don't get them talking about being like that brand of garbage. It's just so good. And like they're just like a really good band in general. What doesn't kill you makes you paranoid. Probably. It probably is funny. I love them. I really need to check out more of their I really do need to check out more of their stuff. I really do need to check out their albums. Because like I said, they're just so much fun. I really want them to find success. They're Canadian. They're a Canadian indie rock band, which is, a bit of definitely an uphill battle in finding success. But they really deserve it because they are just really good, and I feel like people would absolutely relate to their music. Yeah, they are pretty radio friendly. And I do feel like people would listen and be like, "Oh, Blame Brett has over 5 million views." Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's probably their biggest song, their most popular song. But I really want them to get more successful. I really want the Beaches to become like, "Hey, Larry." I really want the Beaches to become one of those bands that people just know. Yeah, they've only got 66,000 subscribers on YouTube. Yeah, they've got Last Girls at the Party, which is just about partying all night. The Beaches is the name of a band. The Beaches did the song Blame Brett. They're a Canadian band. They're actually from Toronto, a part of Toronto that is called The Beaches. So they name themselves after the part of Toronto that they're from. They are also gay. It's worth noting that they are pretty gay. You know that song? You think they do? I would guess not. I would think probably not. Because, I mean, they're Canadian. They're queer Canadian indie rockers. The odds of them being TERFs, pretty low. Oh, I do have Blame Bread on my computer. I couldn't remember if I had Blame Bread on my computer or not. TERFs. Trans exclusionary radical feminists. It's what the gender critical. Yeah, Riley Gaines is very much a TERF. Yeah, it's what the gender critical people used to call themselves. Before everybody else started calling them that, and they decided that it was a slur. Should be a sociology teacher. As soon as all the people who hate them start calling them GCs, they'll decide that's a slur as well. Because they are desperate to be seen as victims. I think there's. Yep. Yeah, I mean, they are the ones who came up with that term. That is the term that they originally called themselves. An acronym describing their beliefs. Yep. Bear in mind, these are the same kind of people who think that cis is a slur. Like I said, they are desperate to be they're desperate to present themselves as victims. Turds, aka POS, or a lot of these types. Yep. Yeah, I mean, these people go around bullying trans people, and then as soon as somebody says, "Hey, fuck off," they're like, "Oh, I'm being silenced. Oh, they're so rude to me. Oh, look at your soul. Look at your bullying. They're trying to silence me." Just watch Sirens on Netflix. Yeah, average dude. Agree with my point. Thank you, Kia. Kaya. Whichever. Kevin Bacon can still get it. You like that, Philip? Oh, I never heard anything bad about Kevin Bacon. As far as I know, Kevin Bacon is one of those guys who's just like, you know, as far as I know, he's a good dude, isn't he? He's fat. His name is Bacon. He's cool. He's been married to his wife since 1988. 37, closing in on 37 years of marriage. In Hollywood, that's honestly a damn good, yeah, damn good record. Damn good run. That's a Hollywood lifetime. Yeah. I was called Fat Sweaty Bacon in high school because I sweat a lot. Red bacon on me saying, bacon. Get to me. But it's a lavender marriage. But yeah, like when celebrities are married for a long time, I tend to look at that as like a sign of them. Like, I tend to think that that's a sign that they're probably a reasonably decent person. Not that short marriages are a sign of being a bad person. It's just like they called my best friend Prune because she constantly asked to go to the bathroom. But yeah, it's like if somebody's only like if the celebrity couple is only married for 3 months, that doesn't say anything bad. Like I'm not going to say that that's just something bad about them. They've got the money to spend on they've got the money to spend on that sort of thing. So more power to them. But for long celebrity marriages, that that shows a loyalty. Isn't every marriage a lavender marriage if everyone's kind of gay? Don't Kevin Bacon. Yeah, and to the best of my knowledge, I've never heard anything bad about Kevin Bacon. Um, apparently, apparently, he once went undercover as a regular person for a day. Kevin Bacon rhymes with 9/11. No, it doesn't. Kevin Bacon 9/11. That barely rhymes. That is a stretch of a rhyme. Anyway, yeah. So apparently, Kevin Bacon once went undercover as a regular person for a day. I was like, I was like, this sucks. I have to wait in line to, I don't know, buy a fucking coffee. I had to wait in line to, I don't know, buy a fucking coffee or whatever. That is amazing. You gotta say it with twang, like how hot dog rhymes. Like honestly, that's hilarious. He's like, I want to go back to being famous. I love that he's self-aware. Can you let? Yeah, exactly. He's self-aware. I won't let him cut me in line for coffee. Same here. I'd be like, hey, I respect it. I respect you as an actor and everything. I'm not letting you ahead of me in line. I'm not letting you cut ahead of me in line. You fucking wait. Kevin and Bacon are both 5 letters, and that equals 10. So take that. Take with that what you will. I will take it to be nothing. I respect the bingo hall. Funnily enough, I'm honestly not sure if I've seen any Kevin Bacon movies. I expect I probably have. You know, given he's been in so many movies. 1 plus 10 equals 11, and 10 minus 1 equals 9. 9, 11. Never watched Footloose, no. No, I did watch Animal House. He was in Animal House, and I watched that one. That said, I think it was I think it might have been a minor role he had. Did catch A Few Good Men, or like a chunk of A Few Good Men. I mean, I watched Loose Change. No, I watched a chunk of A Few Good Men. Oh, that's right. He was in X Men First Class. That's right. He was Shaw in X Men First Class. No wonder I forgot about that one. That movie sucked ass. Just an absolute shit game. Or movie, I mean. Just an absolute. Yeah, I never watched Apollo 13. Plane has both letters H and A in its spelling, and the double L in hull depicts the towers. Um, just looking through his filmography right now. So yeah, A Few Good Men. I did catch most of A Few Good Men. I think I might have missed like the first like. I think I might have missed like the first like 20 or 30 minutes or something like that. So I didn't watch all of it, but I did catch most of A Few Good Men. His role in that one wasn't particularly large. He wasn't. Few Good Men was great. Yeah, I mean, he was like he was the defense counsel, right? Or no, not the defense counsel. He was the prosecuting attorney. Um, but wasn't a huge. Like, it wasn't a huge role. FOMO, I mean, no idea. What else? What else? What else? He said X Men First Class, but that movie was absolute balls. Didn't even know he was in A Few Good Men. Yeah, he was the other. He was the lawyer that Tom Cruise was up against. The 5 letters in Kevin is the 5 planes that left that day to cause destruction. You think there wasn't 5 planes? Wonder why there was. They're lying to you. 20 minutes to Sailor Moon Media so they might contribute when you don't wish to talk about eating pig shit or numerology. What might they do? I mean, watch any particular episode or whatever. I don't know, just start with the first season. Start with the first episode and make your way from there. Not Australian at all. Australian American, but specifically the American part. All right, that's funny. That's funny. For the TV show The Following that he did. Yeah, apparently he did he'd show up here and there on TV shows, but so yeah. I have watched I've watched two movies Kevin Bacon was in. One was not a huge role for him. It was an important role, but it wasn't a big movie. But he wasn't one of the sort of principal cast. And then the other one was just an absolutely shitty movie. Australian, but only in certain countries. Hey, Chavita. So, yeah, Kevin Bacon, not someone that I am actually particularly experienced with. I know someone who was in a movie with Kevin B. Neat. That, though, is just because I watch so few movies. So, he's also got a band. Cool. I beg you for a movie guy. I'm kind of not. Anyway, the point is, Kevin Bacon seems like a pretty good dude. As ties to 9/11 as previously explained. Six degrees of 9/11. Anyway, 11 o'clock. I know it's a shorter stream than usual, but because I was so late getting started, but I am gonna get gearing. I am gonna cut it a bit early because it is 11 o'clock. Sleep when I come in. Yeah, you've been here for a while, Larry. So back tomorrow. Good night.